Okay, we're back. Okay, right now I'm running into a problem. I just got a lot of tight and loose spokes. We got some side to side going on here. The up and down doesn't look too bad, but you can hear it. It doesn't look too bad. We do have side to side, so I need to get the pointer over here where I can actually see what's going on over here. This one here is not accurate to what we're dealing with too much. So we're going to move the pointer over to here. And I'll just get this one out of the way. Okay, and I'm just going to start going around, just tighten all the spokes up on this wheel right now because it's so far out of whack. I'm not sure where I'm at. So we're going to find our center hole. This is right here, our valve stem hole. And we're going to go ahead and tighten this up. Right here, we're just going to work our way around. First thing I'm going to do is my offset. 7/16. It's a little bit closer on this side, so we can definitely pull it that way. So that's a good thing. So we're going to tighten this side up. I think I'm going to go like 2 flats around this side. I'll come back and do 1 flat on the other side. If I see any loose stuff in here, I'm going to pick up loose stuff. So here's our starting hole. We'll go 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. Put some torque on that one to compensate. This is loose also. And we're back at the starting point. Okay, now I go to the other side, do the same thing. I'm going to go 1 flat on this side. And look to find loose ones in there. Like that one. There's a whole lot right here. Okay. I just torqued the piss out of everything. There's a few loose ones in there. I went quite a bit of torque on them to square them up. See how this side of the rim's way worse than this side. It's got it definitely in there somewhere. Up and down doesn't look too bad, see. So let's get the side to side fixed. And we should be able to get closer to what we need. I'm trying to keep equal torque on the drum so it doesn't warp it. loosen up the other side a little bit. Trying to find some tight ones. I was feeling how tight they were. It doesn't take much. Okay, let's see what we got to work with now. Looks pretty nice now. This side's not so bad anymore. This side's pretty true. Still see the spots where it's bad right there. So I need to tighten up this side here. Help pull that side in a little bit better. Right there is pretty bad. Got a big gap there, so I'll come loosen up this side a little bit, I think. Okay, let's get back here where I can see. All through here. These are definitely tight. Screwing me a little bit. Yeah, the wheel's getting loose up there, not being consistent. That makes a difference. Now we're listening for drag. If there's no drag, it needs to go over. See where our offset's at. It's pretty straight. Oh, too much. Ooh, too much. Trying to get low spots, not high spots. Ooh, that is tight. All right. That's taking out the loose spots, not the tight spots. I'm trying to get rid of the part you can see the light through. Pretty even there. What I'm kind of doing this dancing around crap. Yeah. Yeah, you can't look at this outer edge. When it gets to you, if you look at the inner edge, it doesn't look too bad. See? That's how the rim's made. All right, we're pretty consistent. The other thing we got is you get a gap between here and the straight edge. See, it's about 7/16 to a ½ inch. I'll come over on this other side. And see, it looks like about the same thing, about 7/16 to a ½ inch. So we're centered up pretty good also. So these are this points where I go over the whole rim. One flat everywhere. Make sure there's nothing loose. So here's my starting point right here. I'm not even going to full flat, I'm only going just a little bit. These are pretty tight already. Just making sure they got torque on them. So some of these I don't even move them. And now I'll do the other side. Where's the hole at? Okay. Once around. Torque our nut. Figure where it's not touching. It's heavy right there. No more. Two spoke had barely loosened. It took out half of the rub marks, even though those spokes were this far from where it was rubbing. Just how things flex. Okay, so now everything is pretty torqued. So I can still see this part of the rim is still dancing all over the place. This side's got a little dancing going on too on this side of the rim here, but it is what it is. You can see where I'm at right here, we're pretty close. We got a little bit of dancing up and down here, not too bad. I could work on that a little bit, I guess, if I wanted to, but... not much. Pretty close. We're finding that one spot where it's got a low spot in. I think it's built into the rim. Pretty close. Alright, I think we're good enough on that. Our offset was good. So all I do is get the sleeve that goes in there so I can put together for real, but for now we can't. And hopefully this isn't not too far out of rounds. No real way of telling that, but when you put on a bike and hit the brake, you'll find out if it's way out of round. That's why I try to keep it even torque as I could. So it's really tight right now, but it's good. Now, the last thing I do before you put anything together is you gotta make sure there's no spokes sticking through here. You can see how these spokes are really short because they're way up inside the nipple. So there's nothing even remotely close here. That's as close you're getting as that one. It's buried in there pretty far. So these spokes are a little on the short side. And this that rim we had to re-drill, remember, offset everything. You can see how the spokes pulled in pretty good. You can see how they got a little bow to them, see? Still got a little bow in the spoke. See the angle change in there? It's because the rim's not correct. That's some of the reasons why it was hard to true. You can see every one of those is like that, see? You can only make it do what it's going to do. This rim here, the rear one, this one had a lot longer spokes in it, but you can see they're still buried in there pretty deep too. Used to back in the day, the things would be sticking up 1/8 of an inch. So you have to go in and grind all these damn things off. So it looks like they've gotten figured out now you don't need to make them so long anymore. Yeah, these things are way in there. Alright, so you don't have to worry about doing anything like that. Alright, well, there's our wheels. We got our rear one's all down there. We got the front one over here. So I'm not going to put these on the bike until after we put the bike together, and I'll mock it up, throw this up in there and make sure that the wheel is where I want it to be in the fork. So when you put the fork together and mount it all up, you'll make sure it's centered in the fork. If it's not, then I'll move it side to side, whatever I want it to be. Hopefully I don't have to move it because it's pretty tight. But you never know. If I don't like it, I'll move it. Alright, there you go. 2 wheels done. 72 Sportster.